Welcome to Sprout League 2. We are holding our second match of the playoffs between Pikmin Fan 64 and Jerrie. The bans are just starting to come in right now, as Jerrie's banned Champions Court, Deep Blue, and Volatile Metalworks, and Pikmin Fan bans Warlocks, Bottomless Sewer, and Rusted Ring. The options of the vote this time are therefore Combat Zone, the Amphitheater, Citadel of Steel, and Decayed Garden. So far we have one vote for Citadel of Steel, and that's it. Oh, now we have another vote. That is also for Citadel of Steel, so it looks like that's where we're going. Alright. Pikmin Fan is ready. Is Jerrie ready? Jerrie's ready. So, let the round begin! Don't know why it's not. Come on. Come on! The bot is not working for some reason. Wait, what? Wait! Wait! One of Pikmin Fan's pellets was purple! Are we just gonna accept that? Well, given that neither participant has paused the game, I think the round's gonna go on. So I guess we'll just have to see in the end if that one Pikmin difference really makes the difference. It probably won't, but it's possible that it could. Ooh, very close, very close. Jerrie could have lost some Pikmin off the edge there. But luckily, he's got this under control. Despite the whole purple pellets and just purple pellet fiasco, Pikmin Fan has 43 Pikmin, soon to be 50. Almost ready to head off to mid, while Jerrie is still only on 40, and we'll be at 48 once those two are in. That's true, Zian. I guess at that point we'd have to figure out, first of all, what exactly the chances are, or what roughly the chances are, and second of all, whether this really is a thing that only happens to player 1. I mean, it's the first time I've seen it ever happen, and the only time I've ever seen it happen, it was to player 1, so... That doesn't tell us a whole lot, but it may tell us something. But what my eyes are telling me right now is that Pikmin Fan is getting away with the marble. It is not the center marble, however. Jerry's currently going for that. But Jerry's spending a concerningly long amount of time in mid with only 5 Pikmin. In all this time, Pikmin Fan is getting his strength back. Oh, this could be bad, this could be bad, this could be bad. It was not bad. It could have been bad, but it wasn't. Now Jerry is making off with the center marble. It's well on his side now. And on this layout in particular, because of the long winding paths from mid back to base, if you manage to get a marble out of mid, you've basically secured it. In like 95% of cases. What Pikmin Fan does have to worry about right now is, well, not just Jerry, but also that Cannon Beetle. Although it seems Pikmin Fan's squad is keeping Jerry's back, most of Jerry's back. But not enough, it seems. Jerry has successfully secured the center marble. While Pikmin Fan is currently taking another one from his own side, it looks like. And now Jerry is also getting this one here from his own side. Meaning the next 2 marbles Jerry needs to win are both on his own side. While Pikmin Fan only has one more on his side, so he's going to need that and one of the ones from Jerry's. Now, no sprays have entered play just yet, so it's very possible that Pikmin Fan may be able to use a Spicy to secure that marble he's going to need from Jerry's side of the map. But already arriving to mid, with fewer Pikmin than Jerry is arriving with, is not a good sign. At least this Pluckaphone will allow quick recovery from any confrontation. And a confrontation is what Jerry's looking for. Oh, wait, you're right! Pikmin Fan did get one from Jerry's side earlier. I was getting them mixed up. Jerry actually needs a marble from Pikmin Fan's side in order to win. And that is what he's trying to take, but Pikmin Fan's Pikmin are getting in the way. There's marble number 3. Marble number 4 is right there on Pikmin Fan's side, and Jerry is using his second Spicy to try and snap it up before Pikmin Fan can get there. But his plan is thwarted by a toxic blowhog of all things. Insult to injury with the stun storm as Pikmin Fan makes his way to the scene. Or not, he makes his way past the scene. Before changing his mind and heading to the scene after all. Where Jerry bitters him. Bitters his unspicy squad in an desperate attempt to force this marble past. But now that Jerry isn't here anymore, Pikmin Fan is using the unbitterable Spicy to show him the error of his ways. Pikmin Fan 1, Jerry 0. Alright, our options this time are Spider's Den, Bottomless Sewer, Ballman Grotto, and Bullbear Basin. We have 2 votes so far for Bullbear Basin and 1 for Spider's Den. Make that 3 for Bullbear Basin and 1 for Spider's Den. Alright, Bullbear Basin it is. Let the round begin! Looks like the purple pellet thing did not happen again. I'm really gonna make sure we point out whenever it does. Be helpful if people could point out whenever it happens in their practice games too. Oh dear, one of Jerry's Pikmin is coming to the poison. While Pikmin Fan is grabbing up corpses and cherries, as the Bullbear is still nowhere to be found. Both sides actually seem to be playing as if there were no Bullbear. Jerry has successfully raided Pikmin Fan's corpse collection. But now, because of that sticky bomb, Jerry is momentarily unable to deal with this, the Bulborb larvae, which cost him a couple of Pikmin that probably would not have died otherwise. Now Jerry's getting his dig on with just a few Pikmin on the center marble. 8 Pikmin down. Well, there's the Bullbear. It's definitely on Pikmin Fan's side. As Pikmin Fan is going for the interception that Jerry left himself wide open to, actively left himself wide open to. But now Pikmin Fan needs to keep these guys away from this volatile Dweevil. As now here comes Jerry, trying to intercept this marble. Although he has lost control of his squad, because one of Pikmin Fan's Pikmin got onto him. Now Jerry's doing the same thing, but on a marble on Pikmin Fan's side. I think Jerry's just throwing at this point, honestly. Like, throwing the game with some amount of plausible deniability. This is my theory. Oh, but Pikmin Fan is not having a very good time right now. His squad size advantage has been reduced to just 1 because of that Bullbear. The Bullbear, which is now making its way over inside his base. Quick pluck a phone. Brings Pikmin Fan Squad back into fighting shape. As the Ghost power-up is preventing the Bulbair from detecting Pikmin Fan Squad, while focusing on Jerry's intruders. Yeah, I'm really starting to think Jerry's playing like this on purpose. He has said multiple times now that he just wants to get this over with. I mean, Jerry, you don't have to play if you don't want to. You can just see Pikmin Fan the win. There's nothing wrong with that. I'd rather you do that than have to play through a match you don't want to play through. It's only entertaining if both participants actually want to be there. Pikmin Fan 2, Jerry 0. Well, Jerry is insistent that he signed up for this, so he's gonna finish it. So I guess this match continues. Alright, the options this time are Concrete Playground, Construction Fortress, the Amphitheater, and Submerged Skirmish. And this time we seem to have the vote to choose a random meme option from the list of the different meme options. Also tied with option Clown, Submerged Skirmish, and the option to let Jerry choose. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. Random number from 1 to 8. 4. Alright, Jerry picks Submerged anyway. Let the round begin. Yes, Jerry. Shenanigans. We all know why you chose this one. Looks like Pikmin Fan has just checked to see which layout this is. Because one of the layouts has the Withering Blowhogs in the back in the corner of the player's faces. And the other one, which is this one, has them out in mid. So we now know that this is the more linear of the two layouts. Therefore, both players have got to be careful. They've got to be ready to square up for an unavoidable fight. Well, I guess it's avoidable if you just cede ground to your opponent. The Bulbmin only just now catches on to Jerry's presence, as Pikmin Fan has to deal with the electricity. Jerry has successfully dealt with the Bulbmin, but has 2 Wallies on his plate now. Right, that's it. Whoa! I was so focused on Jerry, I almost missed what just happened to Pikmin Fan. If only I got the death counter up earlier. The only reason I'm not getting it up now is because it's too late for that. I've already lost track. Hold on, wait, no, I'm gonna get the death counter up. I'm gonna try and retroactively count. So that's like 5 Bulbmin, so 30, 40. So I'd estimate Pikmin Fan's losses at 21, Jerry's losses at how many? It's gonna be like how many Bulbmin does Jerry have? Well, we know Jerry lost, nah, shut up. Jerry lost 16, I think. Yeah, would have been 40 down to 24. I don't think it grew for a while. Pikmin Fan definitely lost more. That was a lot of Pikmin that died in that explosion. Both players are currently recovering their numbers. And Pikmin Fan is insistent on finishing the job here. Going to lose 3 more Pikmin. Putting Jerry once again at an advantage. Well, actually Jerry has had the advantage this whole time, I think. Still one Molly to go for Jerry. And down it goes. Oh yeah, and a toxic blowhog. Jerry got to deal with that too. 2 of them, but 1 is a bit too far away to matter. I'm just gonna get the death counter up whenever we go to submerge now. That's just gonna be standard practice. To make sure I can have from the very beginning a good count and a serious active watch to count how many Pikmin are dying for each player over the whole course of the round. Well, isn't that convenient? 3 more deaths. Or was that 4? Jerry seizes the opportunity while it's there, or tries to. As it turns out, the opportunity does not actually seem to be there anymore. If it ever was there. As I think Jerry just lost another Pikmin. As here comes the Water Wraith. Jerry's marble carriers were all squished by the Water Wraith. which is now making its next pass over. But if Jerrie can avoid losing more Pikmin to it, and can avoid whatever Pikmin fan will be doing next, then Jerrie has enough marbles to win. I think the record was, between Stopdraw and Kedraw on Halls of Grandeur one time, where both players got over 40 deaths. I think one of them got over 60. Just a bit over 1 minute to go, and still no marbles have been collected. Well, actually now Jerry's got one. Adding some more time to the timer. As Jerry now tries to outrun the Water Wraith. Which he just about succeeds in doing. Plucker phone for Jerry, but that's not going to be very much use for him right now. This Pikmin fan is also collecting more marbles. This is actually going to become decently close. I mean, Pikmin fan does have 13 more Pikmin, and Jerry's trying to grow some. But Jerry has secured 3 marbles, so he'll just need 1 more. Pikmin fan needs 2 more. There's one there on Pikmin fan's side. So where's the last one? In the Withering Blowhawk. Both the remaining marbles are on Pikmin fan's side. But will Pikmin fan actually be able to secure them? Well, now he's going to try. Successfully brings down the Withering Blowhog. Flowers up in preparation for the Wraith or for Jerry. Marble bounces on in. And Pikmin fan is now spicing to secure both marbles. And using a spare bitter on the Dirigibug. Now warps back to base. Let's get some reinforcements in case Jerry shows up. And I have a feeling this will soon be over. Now Jerry uses Plucker phone, but it's too late at this point. Pikmin fan 3, Jerry 0. Alright, this time we're going to Citadel of Steel again. So, let the round begin! Oh wait, I never updated the score to say 3-0. Shh. Alright. We do at least have a different layout this time. Oof! 13 Pikmin dead in an instant for Jerrie! Is it possible to recover from this? I think it's possible, but it's not likely, certainly. Especially not when your opponent is someone like Pikmin Fan. The cherries are going to be necessary, in my opinion, for a successful recovery. You know what else would be important for a successful recovery? Not suffering the disaster again! Here looks like the Volatile Dweevil is just sitting down and sulking at not being able to blow any Pikmin up. Oof! Now Pikmin Fan has lost 8 Pikmin. There goes another for Jerrie. Now, Jerrie bitters Pikmin Fan's unspicy squad and doesn't even manage to bitter all of it. Handing Pikmin Fan an unbitterable spicy that I think is going to be used very soon. Yes! I mean, I can't even gloat about being right because it was extremely obvious that I was right. There's nothing really to gloat about. It's like gloating about being right that the sky is blue. Well, this certainly isn't going well for Jerrie. Fiery Blowhog, Withering Blowhog, 14 Pikmin down. Only just barely managed to defend a marble in your base. Currently losing Pikmin to the Fiery Blowhog. Surprised it's taking Pikmin Fan this long to win. Once again, Jerrie has not managed to save those 2 Pikmin. But I think this will probably be over soon. Now, my Pikmin fan doesn't flower up right now. I don't have... Okay, yeah. So Pikmin fan is actually going for something so brazen as an unspicy base rush while his opponent is home. Perhaps predictably, it hasn't worked. There's still one Bulbablava alive that's still eating more of Jerry's Pikmin! Giving Pikmin fan an 18 Pikmin lead. Perhaps this was Pikmin fan's plan all along. Use that unspicy base rush to distract Jerry and buy Pikmin fan time to pluck while knowing he was going to be able to use the cherries to slow down Jerry's plucking. Or even kill a significant portion of Jerry's squad. To then be able to focus nigh unimpeded on his real objective. And what do you know? It's worked perfectly! Pikmin fan is now just one marble away from winning. And a few seconds away from that marble. Jerry has no spices left. I mean, no bitters left. He has 2 spices left. But it's not like I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point. At this point, Pikmin fan is just flexing in every possible way. Look at me! Look how many advantages I have! Look how many advantages I played for! Pikmin fan 4, Jerry 0. Frozen Forest, Battle Yard, Bulber Basin, or Spider's Den. For this, the potentially final round, which will it be? The answer, it seems, breaking a 3-way tie, is Battle Yard. Let the round begin! we see a very early clash between the two squads. With Pikmin Fan, it seems losing... okay! Lots of Pikmin lost on both sides. I wasn't exactly counting. This is why I really wish we had an actual in-game death counter, so that I could never be wrong again. It'd be very useful, very cool. Lots of useful analytics there. I mean, in my opinion, it should suffice. Just have a little death counter next to the timer. Yeah, I used not to like Battle Yard, but my mind's actually changed on it. I think it's quite interesting, especially... Well, the most interesting thing about it, in my opinion, is, well, what I consider to be the defining feature of Battle Yard. The fact that it is one of the only maps where there are not enough corpses for both players to grow to 50. The only way one player grows to 50 is by taking corpses from the other player, or I guess with cherries, or with shearwings. But it's not straightforward, and it's not guaranteed. Fights over the corpses become all the more important. And they're also... the map is also far more geared to things like corpse contests than most maps are. It emphasizes a dimension of gameplay that is not often seen, except for a few specific players who love to try and get away with stuff like that. Right. So... it looks like Jerrie has actually been able to secure 3 marbles while Pikmin Fan is on just 1. This could be the comeback. Jerrie, now at 4-0, could finally be locking in. Especially given the fact that I just noticed Jerrie has an unbitterable spicy. I didn't even notice when that happened. He's gonna need to actually use it at some point, given how much Pikmin Fan is getting done. Jerrie holds a very large Well, not so large now, but still quite large. Squad size advantage. Oh! He is narrowly holding on to this marble! He needs to focus his efforts on it. He has not done this. He's overextending, and Pikmin fans punishing him for it. I think Jerrie just needs to get a good critical mass and then use that unbitterable spicy. Honestly, that is so obvious a path to victory that I think he will. That I think if he doesn't do it, he is just throwing. Like, he would have to go out of his way not to do it. That's how obvious the play is. And that's how obvious that play is to make. There's nothing Pikmin fan can do about it. Nothing. Jerrie would have to be actively throwing the game, not to spicy, now! Ha! I called it! Pikmin fan 4, Jerrie 1! Alright, concrete playground it is. Oh! Right. I'm voting for the next tournament. Ah, about that. Yeah. This tournament is most likely going to come to an end at some point in mid to late April. And I feel like in May, I'm going to be too busy with the project to run anything. Also with the end of year assignment for the other module. But I feel like it won't be so busy over the summer. I will, for once, be busy over the summer because the project only ends at the beginning of September. But past the end of May, the project will be the only thing I'm busy with in terms of my degree. All the other modules will have ended. It will just be the project. And really, most of the work will already be done by that point. I'll already have collected my data. I'm going to be collecting it late April, early to mid-May-ish time. Then it's really just going to be the data analysis and the big write-up. And I've got June, July, August all to do that. So I think we'll definitely be able to run another tournament in the summer. Now, I fully expect it to be chaos, and it might be a 2v2, given that we didn't do one in the autumn this year. But yeah. We definitely, I think, should run something before then. And with Dandori Dungeon, I would like to, but it's a matter of whether Drought is going to have it ready. Anyway, let's not keep the participants waiting. It's time for Concrete Playground. Let the round begin! But if I've learned anything from this tournament in particular, I've learned one thing. A tournament with more than 20 participants is probably not a good idea. Oh yeah, that's also possible in laptop. Yeah, you're finally gonna let us run a versus max tournament. So that could very much be possible. It would just be a matter of how such a tournament would even work. Well, I mean, if you so wish, you could help design one. Have I seen Pikmin fans bit? I have not seen that. I would quite like to. I've been hearing odd bits about it, but I haven't actually seen it myself. Yeesh! Yeah, I was wondering how a tournament with that many people was gonna work. Yes, Snubtop, that will need to happen. So, Pikmin fan has now hit 50 Pikmin. Jerry is also at 50. Pikmin fan flowering up. Heading out. Jerry also heading out now. It looks like Pikmin fan will be the first to mid, but actually Jerry could be. No, Pikmin fan is very slightly first. Okay, maybe a bit more than very slightly. Okay, so while Pikmin fan got here first by quite a significant margin, didn't actually bring all of his Pikmin there first. That's definitely something Jerry's done, brought more Pikmin when he needed to bring them. There's a bunch of Pikmin fans' Pikmin being held up. So it currently seems as if Jerry may actually be getting the better deal here. Of course, we'll have to look and see when we get to have another look at mid who the real winner was this time, and what that will mean for who wins the next contest. Well, now Jerry's ready to go. Pikmin fan is going. It looks like Pikmin fan was actually... Oh no, both players kind of got something out of this. But Pikmin Fan is getting greedy. He wants to make sure it's all going for him. It's all going to him. Jerrie, meanwhile, is understandably not having that. He's going to do what he can to attempt to ensure that Pikmin Fan's plans do not come to fruition. That said, he doesn't actually seem to have the numbers to really ensure that. He's getting the numbers now, but Pikmin Fan's ahead of him on that front. Right, Pikmin Fan moves out. Oh wait, Jerrie was actually able to take a marble here. And stall another one to a stalemate. Now Pikmin Fan realizes that he's probably going to need a spicy to be able to get multiple marbles out this time. Now Jerrie bitters and counter spicies. But it's going to need a very good split. I fear this might not happen. Jerry's waiting to fetch those Pikmin that were bittered. And now they are fetched. And Jerrie is definitely... Oh dear. Okay, no. Pikmin Fan's doomed himself with this move. There is no way he wins now. Jerrie has the unbitterable spicy. This is over. There's the pocket marble. It's just a matter of time. Time that Jerrie should be spending more wisely, I might add. Actually, Pikmin Fan could still win this if he can catch Jerrie off guard. So now it's Jerry's responsibility to ensure that doesn't happen. But it is happening before his very eyes. Before all our very eyes. Jerrie attempts a response. And Pikmin Fan gives up. He needed to catch Jerrie off guard, and Jerry's guard, while a little bit slow to the arrival, did arrive. Pikmin Fan 4, Jerrie 2. This time is between Submerged Skirmish, Combat Zone, Citadel of Steel, and Warbox. Okay, I need to stop playing with things on my desk. Warbox it is. Pikmin Fan is ready to go. And Jerry's ready to go. So let the round begin! Score got to 4-0, and then Jerry has won the past 2 rounds in a row. Will he be able to win this one? Will he be able to keep up this streak and eventually equalize the score? Maybe even win? A comeback from a 4-0 to a 5-4. I think it's only happened once. There are at least 3 times where it's almost happened. Where it got 4-0, then 4-4, and then the one who got 4-0 initially ended up being the winner. Oh yeah, that's right! That was the one time! It was, King Jester versus Baldman Master, I'm pretty sure. Well, here's Jerry doing the lure with 4 Dwarf Ball Bears. Pikmin fan not even bothering to do it. You see, the thing with the lure is, if you can't do it well enough, it's better to just not even try. If you waste too much time and you lose too many Pikmin, it's not worth it. I think a lot of the reason why I'm able to be so effective against lower elo players, or Warlock specifically, is because they see me doing it, they try to do it themselves, but they're not good enough to do it. And I do it so much better than them. To the point where if they just hadn't done it, if they just hadn't even tried, that would have been better. In the absence of real knowledge of your own skills, your opponent's own skills, and wider strategy and game sense, what many people love to do, because it is not a completely unreasonable strategy, is look at what their opponent who is better than them is doing and copy that. That's what Cherno did initially, and it did a lot for him because the meta was not very developed then. But eventually Cherno had to grow up and develop his own playstyle. Did so, and still managed to be among the best of the players. It's only when life got in the way did he begin to fall off. Now, Pikmin fan has managed to secure 1 marble at least. I think just the one. And it got to 47. No, 45. Still losing Pikmin somewhere. 44, 43. It's still going. Still going down, that count. As no, Pikmin fan was actually able to get 2 marbles here. Jerry not a single one, and also down 9 Pikmin for Pikmin fan. 8. No, yeah, 9 Pikmin. What is Jerry's plan here? He's gonna need a plan. A good one at that. Pikmin fan is attempting a base rush as a distraction. Clearly a distraction given how few Pikmin were invested and the lack of spicy. But the purpose of this distraction is being served well, as Pikmin fan has secured a 3rd yellow marble. Sure looks like it, Smilax. Gonna take something big from Jerry to turn this around. And I don't think that something big is gonna happen. Indeed, it does not. With a final score of 5-2, Pikmin fan has won the match! So, as a result of this, Pikmin Fan will be going through to the quarterfinals of the playoffs to face SBU, while Jerry is eliminated from the playoffs. We will tomorrow be having the match between Boulder and Stopdoor, and I would really quite like to get the match between myself and Jib done as soon as possible, but that is going to require Jib's cooperation on this matter. Until then, stay tuned.